Prepare yourselves for a battle of epic proportions between two titans. Feast upon their voices and revel in their words. This is Dueling Ogres.
Hello, Ogres, and welcome to episode 87. Thank you for joining us, as always, on this portly Thursday evening, Earth Day, August 11th, 2016. I'm your host, Remington Hitchcock, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Brandon Full. Say hello, Brandon!
I just want to let you know, if you're sitting there at work right now, you're listening to us through your headphones, just remember that at any moment, you can take out your headphones, you can just walk out of your job, throw your keys in the middle of the road, and just walk into the woods. Remember that you have that freedom to just give up everything at any moment.
I don't know if that's deep or stupid.
Stupidly deep.
That is stupid deep, yo! What?
Your early 90s rapper accent. It's just so white.
Yeah.
Why portly? Why portly today?
Why portly? I don't know. I'm feeling kind of portly today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Portly has a positive connotation to it, doesn't it?
I don't know.
Like
I guess
Santa's
so.
portly.
Yeah. He's jolly, too.
Yeah. But portly describes like your size.
Rotundedness.
Yeah.
Rotundity.
Gazebo.
Bulbous bouffant. Oh, man. Do you remember that song?
I actually listened to it like a week ago, yeah.
Ah, that's cool. Does anybody else remember that song? You guys should totally call in if you remember that song.
I was going through some different Dr. Demento songs that I hadn't listened to in forever.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Is Dr. Demento still on? I have no idea.
I have no idea either. I mean, he had a internet show for a while.
Oh, yeah?
Basically doing the same thing, but online.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious. Dr. Demento, do you have a site?
Why, I do.
That's not what Dr. Demento sounded like.
It's me, Dr. Demento.
Dr. Demento didn't sound anything like that.
Do you want to hear some spooky songs?
That's not Dr. Demento.
On the radio.
You're awful. The site looks like it's still straight out of the 90s.
Yeah.
It's not even, it doesn't even scale. Come on, Dr. Demento, get with the HTML5.
I don't even know what a computer is.
August 6th was the last show there, so...
Wow, he's still plugging along?
Still piddling about. The much-anticipated feature film about the legendary Dr. Demento? What's this?
They're doing a Dr. Demento movie?
Apparently.
I have 4 nude scenes. Wow, the sight for the movie looks...
about as good as the other one, yeah.
Yeah.
At least we have some iframes.
The doctor is in.
Wait, this isn't normal radio.
He's an icon. He's a radio legend.
A lot of the people that inspired me are people that I heard first on the Dr. Demento show.
He's a fan of music, and he knew what he was talking about, because he would give you trivia and bits and talk about who sang every song, and you go, so you know that this guy is really into this music.
He went deep into all kinds of genres and music. It was like a real education listening to his show.
We heard about this crazy guy.
He's got really legitimate people on here.
Some of which we were unaware of. We said, well, we got to get this record to him.
Dr. Demento is many things to many people.
I think this is just
My
the
name is
documentary.
Barrett Eugene Hansen. I was born in Minneapolis, Minnesota, Northwestern Hospital, April 2nd, 1941.
See, he sounds exactly like
I can't
how I was
remember
doing.
not being attracted to music. Both my parents
Doesn't sound
were music
anything
lovers.
like
My dad played the piano and also
My
loved
dad
to hear
played the
classical
piano.
music on the record player. And I quickly realized
He's not even
that the
doing his
record
Dr.
player
Demento
was where
voice.
Most of this wonderful
At the
music
moment.
came from.
What does Dr.
I would
Demento voice
ask
sound
for
like?
certain
It's a little
records
higher
that
pitched.
I wanted to hear, and they would put them on for me. And after a while, I think they got a little impatient having to change records for me all the time. So
Anyway, I'll probably cut that a little bit shorter.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are we just gonna
watch this whole thing?
With no commentary over it.
With no commentary whatsoever. So I've cut it a little bit shorter than even what you are hearing right there.
Yeah,
but you can go over to
that went on for 4 hours before it was cut.
You can go over to www.smogberrytreesmovie.com.
Just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
It just slips right out there. There were a lot of people on there. Weird Al, Jack Black, Tom T-Bone Stankus, for those of you who remember Tom. Yeah, it was interesting. I haven't taken a look back at Dr. Demento for a long time. He still needs to update his site, though. I mean, seriously. I will do it for you, Doc. Good gravy.
You should get a hold of him.
I should.
We should tweet him.
Do you think he has the Twitters?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he does. I tweet a lot. I live tweet Game of Thrones.
Okay, that would be awesome. Yeah, Chris Hardwick was on there, too, speaking of Game of Thrones. I don't know why he popped back into my head when we mentioned that, but...
Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Because he's on Walking Dead.
Yeah. Well, he talks about Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking Dead.
Talking Dead.
Yeah.
Talking Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, what have you been up to? Since I completely derailed our entire show there.
I mean, sometimes you got to take a Dr. Demento break.
Yeah.
Am I saying that weird?
Culver City, California.
Demento?
Demento?
Dr. Demento.
Dr. Demento.
Dr. Demento.
It's the Dr. Demento.
I'm glad my frog's fine, but Dr. Demento.
Oh, God. Oh, that was bad, Brandon. Wow.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, that was a bad thing. Uh-huh.
It doesn't matter what I've been up to.
Okay.
I want to ask about Preacher, because we haven't talked about that yet.
Okay, you're just going to jump right into Preacher? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Okay, what did you think of it overall? Because I want to have a discussion about it. And I get what I want.
Is it safe to say that maybe we'll drop some spoilers?
Yeah, we'll spoiler it.
Okay. So if you haven't watched the last episode, then we won't spoil it too much. But we still probably will spoil some things.
Yeah, most of it.
I think they wrapped it up really well. They kind of wrapped it up with... I remember you were telling me about how the comic itself started. Where it was like him just in the church, but like a bunch of dead bodies around him or something like that.
Yeah, like the comic begins basically where the first season ends.
Okay.
And I mean, there's some stuff that's kind of mixed around, like the stuff with Eugene and Eugene's dad and all of that. They come later on in the comic.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it opens with everybody in the town killed.
Okay. So, I mean, do they revisit Eugene and his dad beforehand, or does Eugene and his dad come after the town has been killed off?
This is one of the things that I wasn't real clear on watching the show.
Uh-huh.
Eugene's dad lived in that town.
Yeah.
Did he die when everybody else died? Did it show him die? Was he in the town or not?
I don't think they showed.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really think they showed him dying. So he might not have been in town at the time. I don't know.
Because he was the guy in the comic that Preacher told him to go fuck himself, and he ripped his dick off and fucked himself with it.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, I guess they could kill him. That guy was such a good actor for that character.
Yeah.
That it would be kind of
in that
shame.
last bit with him and the vampire.
Oh, yeah, Cassidy?
Cassidy, yeah.
See, I thought when he goes and he finds the Archangel, and they had her from a couple episodes previous when they had to keep her alive, and then they find her and just her arms and legs are cut off and she's in the bath.
Yeah.
Whenever he smothers her to death.
Yeah.
That acting I thought was fantastic.
Yeah, it was
he just, you're going to be okay, you're going to be okay. And then that kind of country mentality of like, okay, I guess I'll do it.
Yeah, yeah. That and him dealing with Cassidy. I think that whole play between the two of them was really, really well executed as well.
Yeah. Him discovering that he was a vampire just from the records.
Yeah. Between that and just, him, Cassidy saying something to the effect of, I'm pretty sure this kind of interrogation is illegal, and he says not in Texas.
Yeah.
Just the different things like that really kind of cracked me up and really sold it for me.
Do you think the show overall held up for you?
I feel feel like the pacing needs to be just maybe a half a meter faster.
That's one of the complaints I've seen a lot, is that the pacing was just so slow.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of understand that in that first season, it's a full arc, but it takes longer to get there than maybe it should have. Mm-hmm. So they either could have made that season shorter or threw some more stuff in there just to equal out that pacing. Because, yeah, there was some parts where it was just really draggy. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know if I can really get into... And there were parts where... You know how music or lack of music can really set a scene? Mm-hmm. They use music really well in most of it. But there are parts of the season that need music that doesn't have music.
Can you think of like a specific scene or...
It's so hard to tell it's so hard to pick something because there were a lot of instances where I felt like just a little bit of bad music would have been better than not hearing any music at all. Yeah. So, I mean, there are a lot of instances that it happens.
I thought the music was used well.
And I think, and I agree, I think that the music, when it was there, was used well. But I think that there could have been just some more underlying beds and stuff to just help sell the scene instead of relying on just the scene to sell. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and I kind of felt that the music sometimes was a little too on the nose. Mm-hmm. Like a scene was written just to perfectly add the music with it. You know what I mean? Like a scene could have been done better, but it was done a certain way because the music behind it would work so well. Yeah. And I don't know. That felt a little too on the nose sometimes. Right. I did like in the last episode when they find out that God is missing, when everybody is kind of just going crazy. Yeah. The two mascots kill each other. Yeah. Or the two mascots hang themselves side by side. They were lovers.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was good too.
That was good.
Ginger was a little confused by it, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that they were just gay lovers. Yeah. Yeah. So.
Well, in every episode, what was the new mascot? He was like a chipmunk or something, right?
Yeah.
He was a groundhog or something.
Yeah, beaver or groundhog.
He's in every episode.
Oh,
they'll hide him in the background. Yeah. Sometimes more clear, but sometimes in the background, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I thought the characters were done pretty well. I wasn't sure how I was going to like Tulip at first. The first episode, her character didn't sit super well with me. Right. And she's not entirely like the character from the comic. Right. Really, once I cut my expectations of it being like the comic and just came to appreciate it for it being its own thing, kind of inspired by the comic, I really opened up and enjoyed it a lot more.
Yeah. What I really enjoy is the fact that the actors themselves, like we were talking about Tulip, who's played by Ruth Negga. Mm-hmm. She was in Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as Raina, which was one of the Inhumans. She eventually became Inhuman. Oh, okay. And she also plays Lady Taria in the Warcraft movie.
Is Lady Taria a human, or is she
She's a human.
Okay.
I think she's the queen. But Dominic Cooper, who plays Preacher, also played Howard Stark in Agent Carter, and he is playing the king in Warcraft.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Lady Taria, I think, is his queen. So they're both like... It's like this past few years they've been acting together. Yeah. So I think that's really interesting. I don't know if they are like an acting duo or if they just really know each other and they just go for the same gigs because they like working together, or if there's anything more to it. I don't know. I haven't looked. But.
Yeah, and who knows? I mean, maybe they saw them in earlier stuff and thought that they, like, maybe that's part of why they were cast in World of Warcraft or cast in Preacher. I mean, I guess those were all kind of probably filming concurrently. Yeah. But they were just seen as having good chemistry as actors together.
Yeah. It very well could have been that. So,
man, I'm so far behind, as in, like, watched almost no episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, really?
They had the Inhumans on there?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Were there multiples?
Yeah. Quite a few of them, actually.
How did they explain them? With, like, the gas?
Yes and no. It was more of a... Inhumans came about because there were many humans that still had dormant DNA from the Kree experimenting on the humans early on.
Okay.
And then, if I remember correctly, that DNA gets activated if they're exposed to Terrigen.
Yes.
So... Yeah, that's how it happened. And what they did was Hydra started putting Terrigen into fish oil supplements or something like that to activate the dormant DNA or something to that effect.
I can't tell if that's stupid or brilliant.
Yeah. I mean, there were a lot of different storylines that were going on throughout that, but
that is pretty funny the way it's written. Just the idea of the big evil bad guy who's the most stereotypical evil bad guy. That is the kind of plan that they would have.
Yeah.
I've put the poison in the fish oil supplements.
Yeah.
And get the strongest of them.
Yes.
Hydra.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's interesting that the big bad would be some sort of
fish oil expert.
Well, I was thinking more of a supplement / medicine distributor.
Yeah.
Yeah. The bad guy is
Monsanto.
Yeah.
More like
Hydra-O.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
We'll see what the circle that.
Pound it.
Since we're on TV anyway, I want to bring up real quick, and then we'll get to news. Have you seen everybody talking about the show Stranger Things on Netflix?
I have.
That's just fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
I watched it.
Okay.
And it is fantastic.
Oh, really?
The stuff that everybody's saying about it is pretty spot on. Like, you know, I tend to go into stuff that everybody talks about thinking it's not going to be that great. It's got to be pretty simplistic if everybody likes it.
Yeah.
No, it's fucking good.
So what is it about?
Super quick rundown. It follows a town where a kid goes missing. There's 4 kids who are best friends.
Okay.
I would put them in like maybe the 12 to 15 age range. I'm terrible at that. And they're super nerdy. It all takes place in the 80s. It's a period piece.
Gotcha.
And they play D&D. And if you watch the first episode, their entire D&D game gives a kind of quick rundown of what happens in the entire season.
Okay.
In retrospect, you can see that it's making allusions to it.
So it's foreshadowing.
Yes. So one of the kids goes missing in the first episode.
Okay.
And then the rest of the season is the mom trying to find her son, the sheriff of this small town trying to figure out why people continuously start to go missing.
Okay.
And these kids trying to find their friend.
Gotcha.
And they find at I think the middle of the second episode, so I won't go past this.
That is goblins?
No, it is not goblins.
Oh.
It is they call it the Demigorgon.
The Demigorgon!
Because in their D&D game, they're about to fight the Demigorgon.
Yeah.
So then when this monster thing starts showing up, they just continue to call it the Demigorgon. So it's referred to as a Demigorgon throughout the entire season. Huh. Like there's so many allusions to D&D with them playing. But they find this little girl with a shaved head who's about their age, and she shows telekinetic powers.
Okay.
And she's connected to like a company that's in this city. You don't really know a whole lot about it. So the rest of the season is figuring out how she's connected to what this monster is and where the kid's gone and et cetera, et cetera.
Gotcha. Okay.
Winona Ryder is probably the most famous actor in this. It seems like a lot of people that are either very like not known at all or very little known. That was a real bumblefuck of a sentence I just made there.
Yeah.
That was a real
it was a real shitstorm.
Real high dad soup. Can you do that real quick?
High dad soup.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But yeah, it's just great. It's filmed like a Steven Spielberg movie.
Yeah.
The way they filmed it doesn't look like a TV show. Every episode, it's between like 45 and 55 minutes long. Every episode looks like a movie. Wow. The way they light it and the score is awesome. I mean, it's just really good.
Huh,
I don't want to get any more into it than that.
Yeah. Because
it gets real spoilery as it goes forward. But yeah, it's a badass show.
Huh. That's
way
cool.
better than I thought it was going to be.
So continuing on the TV line then, The Tick, the reboot of The Tick with Peter Serafinowicz as The Tick will be releasing August 19th. And I still haven't seen any I don't know if Amazon's just really dropping the ball or just hoping for word of mouth or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because usually we get some sort of spoiler.
Yeah.
Usually we get a trailer or something. I mean, don't get me wrong, I didn't go looking for one.
Okay.
But
there wasn't one readily available to you immediately.
That being said, though, The Tick has been on my radar. I want to at least check it out.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that it hasn't popped up on any of the things that I look at for news.
Okay, yeah, that's a fair point.
That's what I mean by I haven't gone actively looking for a teaser trailer.
Okay.
So
that doesn't really bode well for the show, does it?
I feel like it's more Amazon dropping the ball and not, because I don't know how many Amazon original series there are.
There's some. I mean, it's not, I wouldn't say that there's as many as Netflix has now.
Well, yeah.
But, I mean, there's some.
So
I have Amazon
yeah.
Prime, so I have the live stuff, and I don't think I've ever streamed anything on there.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I've watched a few episodes of Flash and Arrow that we had to catch up on because they didn't record for some reason. That I had to purchase. So
yeah,
there's that. Yeah, aside from that, I've never used their streaming service or anything.
There's supposed to be a really good post-apocalyptic show on there I haven't checked out. I don't remember the name or really much about it, besides, like, the U.S. gets split up into different territories run by different countries. So, like, Japan owns some of it, and I don't know. I've heard it's really good. It's, like, kind of a war thing. I don't know.
Yeah. So, yeah,
I know very little.
It doesn't ring any bells with me, but that's exactly my point. Like, here Amazon is, being as big as it is, really dropping the ball on marketing their streaming service. Especially when streaming has obviously become one of the main ways that people get their entertainment.
Yeah.
So,
well, the only time I ever get a reminder that I can even stream stuff is occasionally when I'm on Amazon. It'll pop up and be like, "Hey, you have Prime. Did you know you can stream stuff too?"
Yeah.
Don't mean to bother you, but
I don't mean to be intrusive or anything, but I just wanted to let you know that you could come over here to the Amazon Prime streaming service and watch a couple episodes of something if you're not busy.
Sorry, Amazon.
Click, click.
No, it's cool. I'll just be over here.
I'll see you later then. Goodbye.
Well, that's what killed the Tick, the live action show before, is there was no marketing. It was in bad time slots. And I think it was just weird. It was something that your average person is not going to enjoy.
Right.
But yeah, the guys, I hate prejudging things for shows, especially. I'm trying to get better at it. But his outfit looks fucking bad. I mean, it looks good for what it is, I guess, but it just, I feel like the Patrick Warburton one was so good because it was almost cartoony. It was right on the edge of like muscle definition, but still almost just stark blue with nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then this one, like you said, looks like an exoskeleton.
Yeah, it looks like
a carapace or something.
Yeah, which is what you had said, is it looked very carapacey and it's very segmented. And Peter Serafinowicz doesn't... It almost looks like he doesn't fill it out as well.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Patrick Warburton's a beef of a man. But like he's just a giant
He's a real, he's a double whopper, that guy.
He is a full-on monster Slim Jim is what he is. I love
that. Really painted a weird image.
Yeah, good. Just imagine Patrick Warburton just made out of Slim Jims.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, see, I was imagining completely sexual. Because Slim Jims, I don't know if you noticed, are shaped like penises.
I mean, I guess if you want to really stretch your imagination.
Real chewy, beefy stick.
Yeah. You have a different view of penises than I do.
I do. I put it in a lot of candles when I was younger.
What? Anyway, back to something not so creepy.
Yeah.
That's your cue.
Oh, okay. Speaking of burnt penises.
Okay.
Have you seen anything?
Didn't really want to segue out of that, but go ahead.
Speaking of burnt penises again, have you seen all of the news involved with Harry Potter and the Cursed Child?
What kind of a segue was that?
You would know if you read the script. Shit. Oh, I lost it there. Yeah, I've read bits and pieces. There's.
Come on, Brandon, you can get through it.
Yeah, I've read bits and pieces. There's a lot of penis burning in it. Can't even say it. It's so stupid. No, page 25. And then Ron held the candle to Harry's penis. Oh, shit. So, yeah, penis burning aside.
Wow, what happened?
The Cursed Child has sold 4.4 million copies
Okay.
of the book, which puts it above. It makes it the highest selling book of this decade.
Okay.
It crested 50 Shades of Grey, and it's putting it at like third, I think, of highest grossing books of all time.
Okay, really?
Mm-hmm. Da Vinci Code's number 1, Deathly Hallows is number 2, and it is now number 3.
Wow, that, I mean, taking from what little bit Kurt said in his kind of blog that he did for us,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it doesn't seem all that interesting to me.
Yeah, I read a synopsis. I haven't read the full script, but yeah,
Is that where you got all the penis burning information from?
Yeah.
The synopsis?
Yeah, it's weird because there's a lot going on, but the synopsis focused very heavily on just a couple of particular scenes.
Okay,
and then
gotcha.
kind of skimmed over and then they do some shit with time travel and blah 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 blah.
Okay, gotcha.
But then Ron gets another candle.
Okay.
This is where the real curse comes in. But yeah, it's like super time travel based. It follows Harry's son and Draco's son, who both have just super fucking stupid names.
Okay.
Albus Severus is Harry's, and Draco's is like something Hyperion Malfoy.
Okay.
Like really kind of, I will make him evil and done. When
Right.
writing. That's my J.K. Rowling impression.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. See, from what I understand is that it reads like a script.
It's the script.
It is the script.
It is the script.
Okay.
It's also the highest selling script of all time.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
But actually, no, not really, because you would think that, I mean, there have been a lot of high school plays done. You think that there would be one that would have outsold all of them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this had sold like I said, like 4.4 million copies or something.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm guessing a lot of high schools are just getting the script to our town off of the internet. You know?
Maybe so. You're right. The internet's probably
Man, high
the
schools
place
love
to
doing
go.
our town, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
God, that was a boring fucking play.
Yes, it was.
What's your favorite play?
The
play place at McDonald's?
Yeah. I don't know. I'd have to give that one more thought before I could tell you what my favorite play would be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm not a huge play fan.
Yeah.
To begin with. Well, the sun just...
Yeah, it just got like super mood lighting in here.
Yeah. We started talking about art and it's like somebody dimmed the theater lights.
Put on some jazz.
Yeah. Some smooth jazz.
Here's what's crazy, though. Finishing up with the Harry Potter thing.
Okay.
They have the stage production, right?
Right.
And it's 2 parts.
Uh-huh.
So you can either see it on 2 consecutive nights or see it all in one night in one big play, which is like 4, 5, 6 hours. I don't know how long it is.
Yeah.
But anyway, the show is sold out. And it was originally going until May, and then they pushed it back a couple more because there was so much interest in it.
Yeah.
So the show is sold out until December of 2017.
Wow.
Yeah, the show is sold out for like a year and 4 months.
And all of this focusing heavily on penis burning. That is amazing.
I know, we live in progressive times, especially in the UK.
Yeah.
Oh, right, spot of penis burning, eh? Oh, we've got a little flame tip.
Oh, Jesus. Wow. All right. Anyway.
Yeah, J.K. Rowling had some issues. I don't know what happened with that money, but more penis burning.
So neither of us have seen Suicide Squad.
Right.
Did we? I mean, have we talked about it any?
We talked about it with the trailers, and I had no interest in it, really.
Right.
And then I kind of changed my mind. The trailers looked all right. But besides that, no, not really.
Okay.
I think I gave a rundown of who the characters were at one point.
Okay. So, but we haven't talked about it since it came out.
Right.
Okay. So the reviews were not super great.
Yeah.
By and large, it seemed like a lot of people thought that the movie was very disjointed. Maybe over-sexualized with Harley Quinn and just hodgepodgey, I guess.
Yeah, those are the complaints that I was seeing. I didn't see a whole lot about the Harley Quinn being over-sexualized. Is that something people are saying?
Well, I saw a lot of the whole Joker and Harley Quinn
abusive relationship
angle thing.
Yeah.
All over social media.
I guess I haven't seen the movie, so I can't really speak to how it's done.
Right.
But that's kind of her character.
Yeah.
like she breaks out on her own, and that's where the Harley Quinn I think that people really love comes from, is when she breaks away from the Joker. But that's kind of tied to, in the same way that Batman's parents always die no matter what universe he's in.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man's Uncle Ben always dies. Harley Quinn is always tied to Joker through some sort of abusive love-hate thing at some point.
Yeah. And, I mean, Harley is a relatively new character, too. She originally appeared in the animated series.
Yeah.
With, created by Bruce Timm and...
Paul Dini.
Paul Dini, yes. Thank you. I had his name and then I lost it.
Yeah.
And I had actually, speaking of scripts, I had looked up the script for when she is going into her backstory. It has kind of a flashback of that episode where she talks about when she was psychologist Harleen Quinzel.
Yeah.
And how she fell in love with the Joker and busted him out of Arkham. And
yeah, because
even during that, like, quick rundown, it opens up with...
This is the episode you're talking about? Okay.
The episode of Batman the Animated Series. Gordon walking into a dentist's office for his scheduled annual dental cleaning as required by the police force, I guess. And it ends up being the Joker who's the dentist. So
seems like pretty lax security at the dentist's office that the GPD chooses to use.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Joker DDS.
Seems fine to me. Sit down.
Everybody smile. So
you're pretty good at that.
Thanks. Gordon walks in. It's Joker and Harley in there. Batman ends up busting through the window just as Gordon's getting ready to get the drill from the Joker. And Batman throws some chatter teeth down at Joker's feet and says that it was a lame joke. He was like, I figured it out almost immediately. It was a lame joke. So that really sits poorly with Joker. He's like, Batman was right.
Yeah. He went for the low-hanging fruit on that.
Yeah. He was like, I can do so much better. So he starts trying to evolve a plan. And he finds one plan where he wanted to dip Batman into a tank with piranhas. But the piranhas... the death of 1,000 smiles, I think is what he called it.
Okay.
But he couldn't get the fish to smile. So he's trying to think of it. Harley's trying to like schmooze up to him. She's got a slinky dress on and she's trying to make him feel better, and he just won't have any of it. And he pushes her over. So here we're getting into the abusive relationship thing.
Yeah.
He pushes her over. He finally kicks her out of the room. She has her flashback. Then she decides that she's going to get Batman. So she tells Batman that she wants to turn in the Joker, that he's going to blow up the city or something like that. She tranks him and then hangs him over top of a tank of piranhas, but hangs him upside down. So when he's looking at the fish, it looks like they're smiling.
Oh.
Yeah, see? Clever. Batman plays on her insecurities that Joker won't believe that she did the Batman in because, you know, anybody can fake some torn up, you know, some fleshy bits and some torn up cloaks, and you have my belt, but he won't believe you. So she calls him and he comes out and he busts through the door. He's like, Harley! Like that. And she's like, look, Mr. J, I've got him, you know, you can see that if he's hanging upside down, the fish look like they're smiling. And he smacks her. They don't show it in the cartoon because obviously it's the cartoon. But you see him cut away and Batman cringes as you hear the slap and she goes flying across the room. He's like, if you have to explain the joke, it's not funny! You know, so...
Does he let Batman go?
Yeah.
That's like, what I figured. Yeah,
he's like, sorry about that. The kid doesn't know. Yeah.
Man, that show was so good, though. The cartoon show.
It was. And looking back at that episode, like, that's pretty heavy shit for a kid's
there's some
show.
pretty dark stuff that happens.
Yeah. So it really makes me want to go back and watch the whole thing again, too.
Have you heard anything about Killing Joke?
I heard some bits and pieces, but I really want to go see it, but at the same time, I don't.
Well, it's released digitally.
Yeah, I know. Or I download it or, you know, get it from somewhere.
Yeah. I'll see if I can pass my digital copy off to you for you to watch if you want.
Okay.
I don't know how it works with sharing, or whatever, but
right.
I should be able to, I don't know, let you watch it somehow.
Yeah.
I can sail it over to you.
On a ship of some sort.
Yeah, I watched it, and it was pretty good.
Was it?
Yeah, I mean, it was built up so much. Killing Joke, just like, oh, Killing Joke, they're making a cartoon of it, they're making a movie, it's going to be great. And I mean, it was the comic. It just, I felt like it lost a little something from the comic to the movie.
Yeah.
And I think that's just because of expectations.
Right.
There was a big thing about it because they had to pad it out because the comic itself is not very long.
Yeah.
So they added in a sexual relationship with Batgirl and Batman.
Okay.
Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so yeah, the opening...
I know what happens to her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole crux of...
Yeah.
That's beginning of Killing Joke.
Right,
Joker
exactly.
shoots her in the spine, or shoots her through the stomach into the spine.
Yeah.
But they have to pad it out.
Spoilers,
So the comics
it's been out for
20 years or however long. So they need to pad it out, and they decide the way they're going to do that is tell Batgirl's backstory a little bit. Like her relationship with Batman leading up to it, that then makes more sense why Batman's going crazy trying to find Joker.
Yeah.
And is confronting him like, I'm going to fucking kill you. But the way they do it, and I kind of see people's complaints on this, is she's very much... She talks to her gay friend at her office about how she's seeing this guy and she has feelings for him and I don't know if he likes me. And that's really it. Like, you see them fight some, but it's a lot of her just talking about how I wish Batman or I wish this guy would talk to me.
Yeah.
And then they have sex on the rooftop.
Okay.
And then Batman just blows her off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see where people would have a little bit of a complaint with that.
Yeah. So a lot of people are... I wouldn't say a lot. I guess it's the internet. Who knows? But
because I mean, that's just it. Like, Batman has a dark side to him, but there's always this sense of justice that's there.
Yeah,
and just a one night stand doesn't seem to be something that Batman would do.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to protect her. It doesn't even really seem
like a thing that Bruce Wayne would do. Like, he may.
Oh, you don't think Bruce Wayne's having one night stands?
I think that no, he's Batman. He wouldn't have time to.
For a one-night stand?
Yeah.
You can get a lot done in 2 minutes.
Are you saying Batman's a 2-minute man?
Potentially. Yeah. I mean, he does everything efficiently. You don't think he has something in his belt?
Valid argument, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk more about Batman's sex life.
Yeah. Bringing some candles into the conversation.
But it was a little weird. The stuff with Batman and Batgirl was weird.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it was demeaning to her character, but it was strange that Batgirl's such a strong character and they did choose to have it focus on her having a crush on a boy.
Yeah. Yeah, I can get that. So circling back around to Suicide Squad.
Yeah, sorry, I kind of jumped off.
That's all right. We kind of went off with me bringing up that episode of Batman the Animated Series. But John Ostrander, who wrote Suicide Squad, posted an article on Comic Mix giving his review of Suicide Squad. He starts off saying, regarding the Suicide Squad movie, I'm biased, I'm prejudiced. I have a vested interest in its success. I want it to succeed. However, if I didn't like it, I'd be more likely to just keep my trap shut. My trap is open. I really liked the film. It's not perfect by a long shot, but a really good time in the movie theater. And for me, a lot of it was just amazing. The look, the detail, the feel of the film is not something I've seen in superhero movies before. He goes on to discuss the performances of the actors, especially Viola Davis, I don't know how she pronounces it.
Okay.
So, as Amanda Waller, with Waller being one of the characters that John created, he said that Davis really embodied her character perfectly. So all of the other characters, they were already established in some way, shape, or form. But Waller was his creation. So
okay.
So he really felt like Davis did a exemplary job.
And I've heard
exemplary job.
In reviews I've read, even negative reviews, they seem to all universally say that she is really great in her role.
Yeah. He goes on, are there problems with the film? Sure. The antagonists are not well defined, and to my mind, you need a good antagonist to help define the protagonists. it's the antagonist who usually sets the plot in motion. It's defined by what they want. The story is a little more generic. We have to save the world than I usually did. I always like having one foot squarely in reality. But that said, my artistic DNA is all over the place. This is the Dirty Dozen with supervillains, and that's my concept. They did that, and they did it well. So, I mean, sounds like it got a pretty okay review from the Suicide Squad.
That's what it sounds
creator.
like is pretty okay.
Yeah. It was good enough to watch.
Yeah. Put that right on the fucking poster.
Yep.
Good enough to watch. A star? Question mark?
So, yeah, I mean, both of us haven't seen it. With the reviews that came out, I mean, I might not go.
I mean, I would like to, but that's the problem. And we've talked about, like, neither of us have time or really the extra money to go to the theaters anymore.
Yeah, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because you'd think that we would want to as part of our podcasting jobs.
Yeah, I know. And realistically, you and I could set aside 2 hours and, $8 and go see a movie if we wanted to.
Yeah.
Partially, I just don't like sitting in theaters that much anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's uncomfortable
See, we need to quit going to Regal is what we need to quit doing.
Yeah, the one in Marietta has recliners.
Yeah. And then there's the one that's, was it the Film Barn or something like that?
The Film Barn?
Yeah, I don't remember. It's up
That doesn't sound like
it's up in Ohio, but it's really awesome. And the movies are considerably cheaper.
I haven't heard of that. Is it just a barn?
Yes. No, I don't. I might be wrong on the actual name of the theater, but I think it's something close to that. I don't know. Ginger would know, but she's not here.
Yeah.
She's at work. So anyway, what do we have next?
I pretty much went through everything I had.
Brandon.
What else do I have here? Archive.org is in the process of putting every old issue of Nintendo Power online to read for free.
See, now I saw a different story that said Nintendo had put a kibosh on that.
Oh, really? I haven't seen that.
I don't know if it was the same site or if it was a different site that had already put all of those Nintendo Powers up.
Oh, yeah. I see this right here.
Oh, I can't search.
2 days ago.
Okay.
Nintendo takes down Nintendo Power Collection from Internet Archive after noticing it.
Yeah. So there we go, yeah.
Oh, that's stupid. I guess it was uploaded. This is from Polygon that I'm reading this.
Yeah, they're on my list of different news sites, but I couldn't remember where I had seen it. So I'm glad you found it before I could.
I guess there's been more than 100 issues up on the Internet Archive since February.
Yeah.
But just last week, it was kind of discovered en masse by people, which is where I heard about it too.
Okay.
As people posting it. But I guess it's been there since February.
Huh.
Nintendo told Polygon in a statement that it must protect our own characters, trademarks, and other content. The unapproved use of Nintendo's intellectual property can weaken our ability to protect and preserve it, or to possibly use it for new projects. The company said, repeating comments it made earlier today regarding the takedown of a Metroid 2 fan project.
See, that strikes me as odd, because Nintendo Power was originally a magazine publication.
Yeah.
And we can assume that they got the rights from Nintendo to publish articles about said Nintendo things.
Who, Nintendo Power?
Yes.
Nintendo Power was done by Nintendo.
Okay, I see. So, but Polygon was just the one reporting on it.
Mm-hmm.
What was the website?
Internet Archive.
Internet Archive.
Yeah, the Internet Archive had put up the first 140, I think it said, issues of Nintendo Power. Like, digitally scan them and put them online for free.
Okay.
Nintendo just took them down.
Gotcha.
That's pretty shitty, right?
Yeah, but if Nintendo is the one who put out Nintendo Power, they reserve the right to.
Oh, no, they reserve the right to, for sure. And maybe this seems hypocritical following the episode previously where we talked about the Axanar stuff.
Yeah.
But these are discontinued magazines that aren't going to get reprinted.
With old stories in them.
As far as we know. Yeah, old stories about, here's this new upcoming game, Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, ads, it's just it's a time vault.
Yeah. It's a library.
Yeah.
It's just a digital library. That's
and the Internet Archive doesn't make money off of that stuff. It's saved for the sake of posterity.
Yeah.
So to say, we need to protect our trademarks and stuff, that's all just legal bullshit. Yeah. The only thing that makes me wonder is they said that we could use for future projects. And I could see maybe them thinking potentially down the line, we want to make secrets in a new Smash Brothers where if you get a certain trophy, you get a digital copy of a Nintendo Power about the game that character's in, and you can read it on your screen. Who knows? I mean, you know, it just seems like people are going to go to the Internet Archive and read old Nintendo Power because they like Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like, Nintendo, you've already got those people.
Yeah.
So to pull that down, to me, makes me a little like, man, fuck you, Nintendo. Like, why would you care?
Yeah.
For an old publication to be put up like that.
I feel the same way. Like, that's so weird. Because you're right, coming off of it where we were kind of defending Paramount and... Was it Paramount? Yeah?
Yeah.
Paramount and CBS. For their kind of kibosh on Axanar, which, for the record, made more than $100,000 initially.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So overall, I think they had pulled in close to $1 million.
That's what I thought, but then when we looked up, it was way less.
It was just the Kickstarter itself that had got $100,000, but through various sources they had, and I mean there were some pretty big names in there too. There were
like actual actors.
Yeah, there were proper actors from both Star Trek and then other places, like the Candyman. You remember the Candyman?
Mm-hmm.
The black actor who played the Candyman? Yeah, he was the main...
Dustin Hoffman.
No. I cannot remember. He has a really awesome name, too, and I can't remember what it is. I was never a big fan of the Candyman.
Swords, Laser, Eye.
Yes.
But yeah, I think these are two separate instances.
Yeah, because that's just it. Like, Nintendo
Axanar's
Power,
making money.
Yeah, Nintendo Power is a publication that no longer exists.
Mm-hmm.
That, I mean, there's no reason not to have that recorded for posterity, especially if, again, in a place where it is essentially a library, where you don't have to pay to see them. You just go and you enjoy them for what they are.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing as going to the library and reading through one.
I mean, Nintendo is hardcore with their copyright, though.
They are.
You remember, what was a year or two ago when all that stuff with YouTube happened?
Yeah.
Where, well, how did that work? You had to go through the Nintendo program to stream Nintendo stuff?
I don't remember.
It was when we were doing Retrograders. You were the one that was telling me about it. Because we were streaming a lot of Super Nintendo games.
Was it me or was it
Cody? No, it was you. Because we were talking about the way... We might have even talked about it on the podcast. I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
But you had to make an agreement with Nintendo and pay them a monthly fee, I think, to stream their games for YouTube videos. Like, not live stream, but to film their games for YouTube videos. You had to make an agreement with them and pay them a certain amount each month. And then they also got a cut of the revenue for your videos if you monetize them. Otherwise, you did it outside of Nintendo, and they went through slapping a bunch of people with DMCA copyright. Is that what it would be?
I don't know, man. I don't remember this conversation.
You don't remember this at all?
Are you sure that this was me?
Yeah.
This wasn't alternate Rem?
Maybe it could have been alternate
This wasn't
Rem.
alternate John Candy Rem with a clean shave?
It might have been.
Okay.
Rolling around on the floor like a cat, going
Yeah.
meow, meow, meow. That's one of the things you do. Alternate Rem. He's pretty funny. But yeah, they're real into that copyright stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
that
defending it. So, I don't know. It seems silly to me.
Yeah.
Having
I
just
agree.
learned about it.
Having
I
just
could judge
found
it
out.
immediately.
Yes. Because that's what Brandon does best.
Mm-hmm. Do you see there's a pizza ATM coming into Cincinnati?
Let's talk about Marcy Long real quick, and then we can talk about that.
Okay.
So Bethesda, this was from Kotaku. Bethesda makes it easier to kill Fallout 4's most hated character, and fans celebrate. So tell me a little bit about this Marcy Long. What's this all about, Brandon?
At the beginning of the game, you meet a group of rebels, I guess, or survivors of the Minutemen.
Okay.
And you save them, and it would take way too long to get into their story. But basically, they were a pretty big force that got double-crossed, and most of their friends were killed.
Okay.
So you've got like a group of, I think, 6 or 7 of them left. And you go to Sanctuary, which is your old neighborhood, and you build it up, and you start the Minutemen over. You're trying to rebuild their numbers.
Gotcha.
Marcy Long and her brother is there. I can't remember his name because I never really interacted with him that much.
Okay.
She's just basically really shitty to you.
Okay.
Throughout the entire game, because the game doesn't have, the more you do stuff and the higher ranks you rise in the Minutemen and the more settlements that you build, because that's the whole basis behind the settlement system, is fix up these settlements so we can show the Commonwealth that the Minutemen are good guys.
Yeah.
That's kind of the reasoning behind it. No matter how much you do, you can take Sanctuary from the shithole it is and make it this megaplex. And no matter what, Marcy Long will walk by you and be like, "Are you doing anything today?" She just has a shitty attitude.
Okay.
Like, it's just the internet. There's no reason for it besides she's just kind of annoying because she's always negative.
Gotcha. So instead of like bringing the voice actress back in and maybe plugging in some new algorithms that prompt different responses as you grow the thing.
A quest to make her happier.
Yeah, something like that. You can they made it easier for you to kill her off.
Yeah, basically.
Makes sense.
Well, they've been going, since Morrowind and Oblivion, they've been making a lot more essential characters.
Yeah.
Which means you think you can kill them, and then you go to kill them and you can't. They just take a knee.
Right.
So all of the Minutemen in the initial group were essential. And you had to get to a certain point in a quest where you'd maxed out their quests, and then sometimes they would become non-essential and you could kill them.
Gotcha.
And from what I understand, Marcy was kind of hit or miss whether you could ever tag her as non-essential, so you could kill her.
Huh.
So I'm guessing that's what they did, is just tagged her as non-essential way earlier.
Gotcha. Fair enough.
So yeah, that's one of those strange internet things.
Yeah,
I
so
think.
basically the internet was unhappy with how shitty she was constantly to you, so they made her easier to kill.
Whenever they released that DLC where you could build the pillory,
yeah,
I saw hundreds of pictures on the Fallout subreddit of people putting Marcy Long in those. It just kind of became its own thing.
Gotcha.
She's not that bad. I think it's just kind of, snowball effect.
Gotcha. Fair enough. Well, I suppose that about wraps us up, so you can go to work and pretend that you're an important person.
I don't ever pretend I'm an important person.
You just know it?
Yeah.
Okay. We actually had a call today. Yeah, we had a call.
Today?
Well, it wasn't today. It was yesterday. But it was from Stephen Hines.
Okay.
I'm going to play it right now for you.
Hey, guys. This is Stephen Hines. I was calling to see how I could get a couple of those Dueling Ogres cat shirts that you talked about in the new episode. I need 2 of them. And I want the ones with your logo on the front and going in blind on the back. I think my 2 cat daughters, Banshee and Ginger Wellheart, will really look fucking awesome in those. Thanks. Keep your clubs blunt and their tusks sharpened by Dincy knives and awkwardness. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Thanks, Stephen.
Eloquent as always, Stephen Hines.
Yes. So yeah, he definitely wanted some cat shirts.
Did we talk about cat shirts?
Yeah. Well, remember I said we should make a shirt out of that, and then somehow I misconstrued it to cat shirts.
I don't remember anything. Apparently.
Yeah. You don't listen to our podcast ever, do you?
No, I just spit out words. There's no connection between.
See, our
mouth and brain.
podcast is the only one that I listen to anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a little self-serving, isn't it?
That's actually not entirely true. I do want to give a quick shout out to the Grim Tidings podcast. They actually interviewed Raymond E. Feist, the New York Times and Times of London bestselling author of fantasy. And that was like, Raymond Feist can he just talks. But everything out of his mouth was really, really interesting.
Okay.
So it was a really, really good episode. And we know that you're the one who listens to podcasts by and large, and I'm not.
Yeah.
So, but I listened to that episode a couple nights ago, and it was really, really good. So
I'll have to check it out then.
Yeah.
I've listened to the Grim Tidings podcast before.
Yeah. And a couple episodes, or one episode before that, they actually interviewed Bevins as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I wanted to check that one out next, but I haven't yet. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Also, our contest finished up.
Our first official contest.
Our first ever official contest featuring Terry W. Irvin II's novels.
Mm-hmm.
And we have 3 winters. 3 winters.
3 winters.
3 winters are coming.
3 winters will there be for the tomes of Irvin Terry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
When he claps, the final prophecy will be fulfilled.
So we have Allison Williams, we have Jason Teasley, and we have Kurt Greenfield.
All right. Well, congratulations to all three of them.
We will pass your requests for your books on to Terry and whatever you want signed in them. And I imagine he will mail them out to you.
Yeah.
So
I feel like we maybe should have decided a little bit better how we were going to announce the winners. Because that really wasn't met with a whole lot of fanfare at all, was it?
Yay!
We built up and then are just like, so here's the winners and they'll mail them to you.
Yeah. So, don't know when we're going to do another contest, but this first one we learned a lot from. So I will probably be, kind of changing the format of the way that we do things just to make it a little more streamlined, a little easier for people to get to. So, because I feel like there was some struggling that happened when people were trying to figure it out. So,
yeah.
So, hey, that's my bad, but whatever. Congratulations to you guys. Thank you very much for playing. We appreciate it. We appreciate everything that you have contributed as well.
Yes.
So
I was thinking about that. It's been a while since we thanked listeners, isn't it? Hasn't it? Hasn't, isn't it?
Hasn't, isn't it?
I'm supposed to work after this. How am I going to even speech?
I have no idea. How are you supposed to do it?
How does a Brandon speech?
Also, you can go over to, there is an event happening locally here, September 24th. So if you are local, there is a flood relief craft and vendor show for the flood victims in southern West Virginia happening at 10 a.m. on Saturday, September 24th at 113 Ann Street in Parkersburg. Rhonda Hines, which is one of our writers, she's involved heavily in it as well. You can check out her Facebook page at Raggedy Rhonda's, where she also sews super awesome things that we'll be giving away sometime soon. Yeah. Whenever we can get a hold of her. When she's not busy with this.
Like that.
Yeah. This fundraising event for the Greater Greenbrier Valley Community Foundation. The waters may have receded, but the families are in great need. The money raised for this event will help meet those needs. We are asking those in the community who attend this event, please bring items to donate. Items desperately needed are baby formula and baby food, diapers and wipes, school supplies, toothbrushes, toothpaste, deodorant, body wash and soap, shampoo and conditioner, feminine hygiene products, razors, shaving creams, and any other basic toiletries. So if you want to go help out there or support them, bring items down if you're local. I suppose you could even mail them.
Yeah.
And finally, for proper shout-outs, I suppose.
I think we just have Viscount Terry this week.
Yep, we just have Viscount Terry, who really appreciated your Harry Turtle Dove reference. And
I knew he would.
Was wondering who the second person would be.
I'm not sure what that means.
Because you said there were only two people that would get the Harry Turtle Dove joke. Yeah.
Terry, if he re-listens, would be the second person.
Terry, you would be number 2. I commented back and said that I didn't know what you meant by it. I just laughed because
I was re-listening to it, and when I heard you laugh, I was thinking, Remington has no idea who Harry Turtle Dove is.
No.
But I appreciate the laughter anyway.
Hey, man, that's what good friends are for, right?
Yes.
So thanks again to Terry for commenting on the podcast, and thanks, Stephen, for calling in and giving us another call to play.
Yeah.
If you have any questions or comments, or you'd like to hear yourself on air, you can call us at 978-DU-OGRES. That's 978-386-4737. You can also reach us on Twitter at Dueling Ogres. Email us at duelingogres@gmail.com or leave a comment on the Facebook page. Make sure to check out our website, duelingogres.com, for articles pertaining to some of your favorite geek news. Also, if you're interested in writing any articles, you can mail us at bloggers@duelingogres.com. Don't be shy. If you feel like you want to write something geeky, we'll put it up there.
Yeah. We have great writers, but I will tell you that the barrier for entry is pretty low.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that about our writers now. I'm just saying that in general, we have very low expectations of anybody and anything.
Yes.
Also, stay tuned within the next, probably month, maybe a little less. We may have some news about us doing a live show.
Indeed. Yes.
So it's kind of in the planning stages now, but we will let you know if it does happen.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep. And from what it sounds like, you'll be able to actually go there and it will be a live show. And then I'm sure we'll also stream it, or if not stream it, at least record it.
Yeah.
To have a live show recording, which will be fun and maybe a shit show in its own right.
Yeah. That's usually the case whenever we do anything.
Yeah.
So be sure to leave us a 5-star review on iTunes, or you can find us on TuneIn, Stitcher, Poddirectory, Podbean. I just recently put us up on as well.
So we are on Podbean
So
now?
we are now on Podbean. And when I publish this episode, the audio version will pump out to YouTube as well. So it'll be up on our YouTubes if you want to do that. And you can actually get the YouTube app for your phone that will still play, what's it called, YouTube Audio or something like that, where you could play, you know how when you close out of YouTube, it stops the video?
Yeah.
It stops the playback.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. It keeps popping up on my phone to tell me to download it.
Yeah. So you can use that even if you don't want to download some stupid podcast app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some stupid podcast app.
Stupid podcast app. You can go with YouTubes. The YouTubes. Das YouTubes. What?
Nothing.
What? You don't like my Arnold grunts?
No, not really.
Oh, fine. So until next week, Ogres, keep your clubs blunt.
And your tusks sharpened with a
Ginsu knives.
Knife.
Ginsu knives.
Awkwardly.
Okay, bye. Good night. Oh, damn it. Oh,
right.
Okay.
K-bye.
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 Thanks, Steven, for the new closer.
Thank you.
Oh, shit. We're done.
We're done.
We're done with this. Now we cannot be hot anymore.
I have to shower.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm sweaty and gross.
Fucking get over it, you pussy. You fucking...
It's a little harsh.
Why don't you be a man and just go to work with a musk on you? Be a real man. Be a real man. Started the recording.
Fucking cool.
You're fucking cool.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome. What are friends for? But to remind each other how cool they are.
Oh, is that what friends are supposed to be doing?
I thought we were constantly supposed to be judging each other in an effort to make each other better.
I do it to make myself feel better.
Oh, you don't do it to push me?
I mean, maybe to suicide.
Wow.
I saw a video earlier of a squirrel stealing a GoPro and running up a tree with it, and it was pretty adorable.
Oh, that does sound adorable. Banana bit. You want to turn off her computer?
I suppose.
Oh, suppose. Oh, I just want to shut it down. We don't want to have any airplane taking off in the background. Brandon.
Oh, that tick costume does not look good.
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
That looks like pretty bad.
I don't think it looks bad. I think it just looks different. I mean, it definitely has much more of a, exoskeleton look to it instead of that sleek, smooth that we were kind of used to. It has a hell of a lot more texture to it. It looks uncomfortable as balls, though.
Yeah, it does look like more carapace-y.
Yeah.
And is this guy Arthur?
Which guy?
Is that Arthur talking to Whoopi Goldberg?
No, I think that's their Fledermaus, or whatever his actual name is. I know they changed it for the cartoon, didn't they?
They changed it for the live action.
Oh, they changed it. That's right. It was, what was it in the live action?
Batman-well.
Oh, yeah, Batman-well. I wonder, well, it doesn't look like he's a Manuel, so perhaps They're going back to the original name of Der Fledermaus.
Yeah. Batman was such a great character, though, on that show.
Yeah.
He was hands down my favorite character.
Yeah. The actor playing him was awesome. Can't remember what his name is, but he's got some really good comedy chops. Nestor Carbonell.
I'm rubbing my nose against the pop filter because it feels nice.
Jason Teasley also won one, too. He just didn't put it into the... He didn't fill out the thing. He sent us a proper email.
Jason Teasley?
Yeah.
Is he related to Ashley Teasdale?
No. That's... What?
Beloved Disney star? Starlet?
No.
I'm sorry.
No. None of those things are even remotely related.
Mm.
I have a new thing. Check this shit out. Oh, yada yada. Okay, there's our website. Oh, that's pretty awesome. Okay, let's say I'm going to navigate away from it. Oh, hold on. What dueling merchandise would you like to see? Dueling Ogres merchandise would you like to see?
Huh.
Little pop-up.
So you have a pop-up ad that they have to answer before they can leave?
Yeah.
You're holding them hostage?
Yes! How awesome is that, though?
Does it pop up?
We can do anything. Like, I can just run that for a little while, and then I can do a different poll, and I can put them up at different times, like, you know, when you sign in or whatever. Or subscribe, sign up to subscribe, stuff like that.
Do it.
Do it! Just trying to pump myself up, sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Do what you got to do.
Okay.
I stab nails through my nails. Nails in the nails.
Nails?
Yeah.
You nail your nails?
Call it nail squared.
Nails cubed. I wanted to get it done.
I'm going to be sitting a more casual way today.
Are you feeling very cash?
I think so, yeah. I didn't sleep much the last couple of days, and then I got good sleep last night.
Yeah.
So I feel rested, but like contentedly rested. You know what I mean? Like I could just go back to sleep.
Yeah.
It's not pressing.
Yeah.
So.
But you have to go to work, don't you?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So let's do this thing then. Because you have to go to Ripley, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. We will begin
in 5, 4, 5, 3, 7.
I just think it's interesting that Agent Carter, he played...
You're on your own on this one. I haven't seen Agent Carter.
Tony's dad.
Robert? Is it Robert Stark? Harold? Melvin Stark. There we go.
Hello, I'm Melvin Stark. Do you want to see my technology?
Howard.
It's close to Robert.
I don't want the flower.
You might want to specify more than just Googling the word tulip. What are these pictures of flowers?
Flowers everywhere.
One of the kids goes missing in the first. Are you done?
Sorry, it was right there. You cut it off.
One of the kids
I'm sorry.